This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. This week is recognized as National CPR and AED Awareness Week, and it's a great time for everyone to go over the steps for hands-only CPR or how to use an AED. You just never know when you're going to need to administer CPR to possibly save a life. Now we have Elisa Archer, Training Center Coordinator for ATSU's AHA Training Center, here this morning to walk us through the process. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks, Helen.
Thank you so much for coming on. So first of all, what is the difference between the two, CPR and AED?
So CPR is just the act of chest compressions, trying to circulate the blood that's already in the heart and in the blood system. And then the AED is what we use to actually restart the heart, because cardiac arrest happens as a result of an electrical problem within the heart. So we've got to stop that heart, restart it in a regular rhythm.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit more about the AED. What is it?
Automatic external defibrillator.
Okay.
These are placed all over Kirksville, all over their surrounding community, thanks to the work of Nemo Heart Health. And it's just we use this as a lay rescuer CPR machine. And that means anybody can use it, whether you've had training or not. When you open the machine, it automatically starts talking and takes you through all the steps to actually use for the patient.
Package and remove pad.
There we go.
So it starts talking and it'll tell you exactly what to do when you remove the pads. It won't go to the next step until you have actually done what it says to do.
Okay.
Now this machine is a trainer, so it's not going to take us through all of that.
Okay.
But it will tell us to take off the plastic liner, take out the pads. And you see there's pictures here, so they tell you exactly where to place the pads. So one in the upper chest and one on the lower chest on opposite sides.
Okay.
And then it will take you through the rest of the steps to begin removing yourself, getting away from the patient so they can analyze.
Okay.
And if it needs to have an external defibrillator, then it will do that on its own.
Okay.
I don't have to push a button. I don't have to make a decision. The machine makes that decision.
And like you had mentioned, that almost every establishment in the Kirksville area has an AED.
We have
even
a lot
have one
of them
here in our hallway. So, and that is, like you said, thanks in part to Nemo Heart Health.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the CPR. I feel like everybody should know this, and honestly, I don't know how to do CPR. Okay. So kind of just walk us through the process.
So the American Heart Association has recognized that there's like 326,000 people that suffer cardiac arrest, and 90% of those happen outside of a hospital setting. And so the importance that we're trying to really emphasize here is be active, be involved, decide to take action, whether it be grabbing the AED, calling 911, or actually starting CPR.
Okay.
They've also realized that a lot of people don't take action because it's confusing. They don't know what to do.
Right.
It's like, is it 30 to 2? Is it 30 to 1? Because guidelines are always changing, so we do things better.
Okay.
And so what they've decided to do is take completely all of that confusing stuff out of the way so that anyone can do it. They're saying push hard, push fast in the center of the chest.
Okay.
That's all they're saying.
Really?
So they're taking out all the breathing. Now breathing is important for children, people who have suffered a drowning, an electrical shock. Anybody that's got a respiratory problem needs the breathing. But if you're not going to do anything, at least do one thing, and that's call 911. And then if you'll take the next step, it's just putting your hands in the center of the chest, pushing hard and pushing fast.
Okay.
And so they have a fun little song that they're telling us to use, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Staying alive.
And go to that beat?
And go to that beat.
Okay.
And that will give you something to kind of stay with and just keep yourself going so that you're doing at least 100 beats a minute. So our hands-only CPR involves calling 911, pushing hard and fast in the center of the chest to the beat of Staying Alive, 100 beats a minute. That's all you got to do.
And that's an easy way to remember it, too.
It is.
Now, you actually offer CPR classes that people can enroll and learn how to do this. So talk more about that.
So the American Heart Association has a training center located inside A.T. Still University's simulation lab, the Human Patient Simulation Lab. That's also in the Interprofessional Education Building, which is now the dental school. So we have classes in there regularly. You can call me and get registered for that. Or we have over 130 instructors throughout the outlying area, locally and in communities that are touching us, that do CPR classes on a regular basis. All the time.
Okay.
I've generated over almost 2,000 cards in just 6 months. So
wow.
there's lots of CPR going on out there.
Okay, perfect. Well, what we'll do is we'll post everything on our website at heartlandconnection.com, and you also sent me a link to kind of walk through the process of doing that and some other little fun facts and stuff, because it is National CPR and AED Awareness Week. And we'll also link up your information as well if anybody is interested in taking that CPR class. So thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on.
I do have one more thing.
Okay.
Plugging the farmers market on June 13th.
Okay.
We're actually going to be having a booth there so people can come by and demonstrate how to do hands-only CPR.
Okay.
June 13th at farmers market.
All right, and I'll make sure to post that on our website. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ella.
And we'll be right back.